The first time the beautiful woman went grocery shopping, she accidentally dropped a potato from the basket, and this potato became the turning point that changed my fate. I picked up the potato and politely returned it to her, seeing my kindness. Despite my ragged and shabby appearance, the beautiful woman felt pity for me and decided to take me to help out in the kitchen of her family's restaurant. However, what was unexpected was that when I was cutting meat into strips, I was able to perfectly cut them into 1 inch long and 3 centimeters wide pieces. This was because I had once been the 3-time champion of the chef battle competition. But my apprentice, in order to take the title of chef, had poisoned my tea, though I narrowly escaped death. I lost my memory and ended up as a beggar on the streets. This led to the scene I had just described. My close interaction with the beautiful woman was seen by my senior brother, who secretly admired her jealous he wanted to make things difficult for me. So he asked me to cut meat strips and emphasized that the restaurant had very strict requirements for them. The meat strips had to be precisely 1 inch long and 3 centimeters wide. Only then could they ensure the perfect texture when cooked. Before my senior brother could finish, I had already cut the meat strips and carefully placed them in front of him. The other staff members saw how perfectly I had cut the strips exactly 1 inch long and 3 centimeters wide, not a single millimeter off. Upon seeing this, my senior brother hastily took the plate of meat strips. However, after a casual glance, he claimed it was just okay, in order to drive me away and marry the beautiful woman he came up with another plan. He then asked me to beat an egg, and not only did I have to beat it evenly, but I also had to do it quickly so the yolk and egg white would mix together. Moreover, the chopsticks should stand upright without falling. Only then would it be accepted. As soon as he finished speaking, I again completed the task perfectly. Everyone immediately recognized that I was no ordinary person, but my senior brother became furious, ordering me to batter the pork tenderloin and insisted the sauce could not exceed 1 millimeter and not a single drop should spill, or I would be immediately fired. I slowly dipped the pork tenderloin strips into the batter, then used my internal energy to make the batter stick tightly to the meat. With a sudden slap of my palm on the table, all the pork tenderloin strips flew into the air. I then perfectly caught them with the plate. The entire process was smooth and fluid, and not a speck of batter touched my hands. They realized I might have used internal energy, but my senior brother, seeing that I was more skilled than him, became enraged and warned me not to overshadow him in the future, or he would break my legs. I couldn't be bothered to argue with him, and quickly ran off to do my own work. Then my senior brother asked me to deliver a dish, but as I was holding the freshly made sweet and sour pork, I fell into deep thought. My senior brother saw this and scolded me for not moving. I pointed out that the dish had too much thickening agent, which would affect the flavor, and mentioned that the chairman was a local, so he would definitely be dissatisfied. Upon hearing this, my senior brother became furious, saying he had studied cooking for 10 years and was not someone like me, a beggar could casually criticize. At that moment, the beautiful woman hurried in saying the chairman was starving and asked us to hurry with the dish. My senior brother quickly grabbed the dish from my hands and handed it to her. However, when the sweet and sour pork was served, the chairman took one bite and immediately spat it out, saying the sauce was too thick, and angrily rebuked that with such a low level of cooking, the restaurant might as well shut down. Upon hearing this, the boss